Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of the EDM Grid podcast. My name is Henry, also known as Hank Ray. Sadly, Oswald isn't here. He is having a very busy weekend, but it's fine because we have still got three members today on the podcast. We have got on the transatlantic duo from Seattle and Dublin, according to what they have named themselves on their various social media. Ladies and gentlemen, David and Izzy from Infowler, how are you two doing today?
Hello, I'm doing good, Excited to be on the EDM Grid podcast.
Of course. And I was thinking earlier about how to start the podcast, because I can't really say good afternoon or good evening, because it's two very different times. I've just had dinner, and I think, Izzy, you've also had dinner. And yeah. David, you're probably not even had lunch yet, so I do.
He's on breakfast.
No, I mean, it's lunch hour. It's like noon. It's like...
Have you already had lunch, or are you going to have lunch after this?
I'm probably going to have lunch after this.
What are you going to get then? This is the food podcast now. This is what this has become.
I don't know. I haven't even decided. I might just have like a snack or something. I don't really do much for like a lunch. I normally go out on my dinners.
I don't get how you guys have survived 10 years or like nearly 11 years now of being like so far apart and making music. And I did say this before the podcast and I wanted to know the story, but you guys gatekept it from me and I will never forgive you. So like how have you managed to just go this long being so far apart from each other and still being able to have Infowler as a thing for the past 11 years?
It's really systemic. It's like crazily systemic. Like everything we have like in terms of like sharing work and like whatever, we literally just like throw stuff back and forth at each other until it's finished. Which sounds really inefficient, but the way we have it set up is like we have like a Dropbox that we have like a shared synced folder over, and it automatically will download to like the other's computer. So if I put like a project file into this Dropbox, he will like immediately get it. And he can open it straight up in his FL. We have like the same plugins, pretty much like down to like everything. Like it's super systemic. And that was like, we did that years ago. We started doing that like almost day one. Like I'd say, like we used Google Drive for a while. That's like the only thing that's changed.
Yeah, we did start with Google Drive, and then Google Drive like just
deleting
randomly started deleting stuff like Google Drive does for some reason. So that was great. So then we moved to Dropbox, but yeah, it was mostly like just getting it organized, figuring out like a thing. The Dropbox was the biggest thing, so we can organize all our projects and sort it by like year and month and stuff like that. But also just like, you'd think the time zone would be a big issue, but honestly, it hasn't been too bad. Like, it depends on. Sometimes maybe Izzy will like stay up longer, and then we'll have more time to do stuff, or I'll be up early, and then we'll have more time to do stuff. So it just kind of depends on the day when we get up, if we're busy. Because most of the time we have at least like 4 to 5 hours that we could really do stuff if we want to.
Yeah. And like
it's
I can always work on stuff during the day and then like have it ready for when he gets up later, and then he'll just work on it while I'm sleeping, and then I'll wake up the next day, and the cycle will continue forward and forward until
so like the back and forth.
So that actually isn't much like sort of talking between you two in terms of like actually making the songs. It's just bouncing ideas back and forth through the different project files until you find something that sticks, and then
it depends on the project, because sometimes like there's stuff with like deadlines that are super harsh, and then we have to like definitely communicate more. Because it's just like we have to get it done efficiently. So that in those scenarios we'll talk a lot, and then there'll be a lot of changes in the Dropbox. But like for the most part, we don't actually we just kind of throw ideas at each other and go like, hey, do you like this? And then if it's a yes, we'll keep going.
I find it very funny that it automatically downloads, because that opens the door to just so much goofy stuff that happens. Like, you make the complete worst thing you've ever heard in your entire life and just send it over to see what happens. Like,
I mean,
Yeah.
we do that all the time, and you know what? I think there are actually like released thing like from Exovolt 12, Stay Alive. I like hated that project file. I started that at like 5 a.m. and I just like sent it over. But hey, it's done now and it's good, and it came out. So
there's that project has like there's at least like 4 different song ideas merged into one. Like sometimes you just kind of have to like Frankenstein a song, like because there was like a deadline and stuff. But I am really happy how it came out. But yeah, I mean a lot of our songs have so much like random lore to it, as like I'm sure everyone has. But yeah.
okay, so it actually isn't that much of a problem then as I was expecting, because I thought it would be like, oh, it's sort of difficult, but you guys like figured it out very early in terms of how you would just bounce the ideas back and forth with each other and communicate it to be not as big of an issue.
I'd equate that to like we were like at the time when we started doing it, we were teenagers, and like it was also just about to be the peak of COVID. We definitely did the most during COVID.
Yeah, because like it didn't matter like time like
oh, I guess that's
fault,
true
like,
as well. Yeah.
sleeping and like stuff like that. It was just like our sleep schedules were terrible, so it was
and like teenager
worked out.
era, like I did not sleep as a teenager, so like,
Anyone.
I guess like you get so used to like a workflow that like it just becomes like second nature to you. And that definitely happened with us.
Yeah, I didn't think about how
I don't
COVID
ever
would
think about it
impact
really.
Because COVID, like, no one did anything. So, like, you just had the entire day, and you would have a lot more time that overlapped in order to then be able to work on songs. So that's also a really interesting, like, part of it as well, is sort of that period where just nothing happened, and you could just do whatever you wanted.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So, I wanted to now sort of talk about, you guys are in Fowler together, but was there any periods of time that you weren't in Fowler, and sort of how did you start sort of producing music? And David, I wanted to talk about your story first because you were first on the Discord in terms of the different names we had on there. How did you start to get into EDM producing and sort of getting to this scene?
Well, pretty much like my whole life, I've been into music. When I was young, my sister would like play like her CDs. I'd listen to it. I was really big when I was a kid into the now that's what I call music CDs. I would like collect them and like listen to them and like find new songs through them, like the pop music and stuff that came out. Eventually, though, some EDM made its way on there. And I think my friend or I found, I don't really remember, but we found Skrillex, obviously, and that's normally where it starts. So I think the first proper EDM song I listened to was Scary Monsters and Ice Sprites. And then my friend introduced me to Kill Everybody. And from there, I found Monster Cat in about like 2013, probably from like, because I used to like watch Minecraft videos when I was young, and I'm sure I listened to the outros and then it linked to Monster Cat and stuff like that. So I found Monster Cat through that, and then from there, I started learning piano in about like 2012-ish. So I had a little music experience. Which then I started in like Mixcraft and like used like loops to make songs, which actually was good because it taught me a lot about arrangement. So I would just arrange songs with like the loops and stuff. So that did help me with arrangement and stuff. And then eventually, I want to say, I think like 2014 or so, I don't remember how I found it, but I got FL. And then I just started making stuff on there. And listened to a lot of Virtual Riot at that time. Definitely was my like top artist, and like just Monster Cat stuff in general. And then from there, yeah, I just pretty much learned FL, started making EDM music. very early days, it was all just Virtual Riot slop. But no, yeah, I was from there, made EDM music, and then yeah, that's pretty much how
the
I
amount
got
of people
into
that
EDM.
I've seen that have gotten their start or interest in the EDM community from Skrillex, Scary Monsters, and Nice Sprites is the impact that like album has had. I think it's an album anyway. Is completely generational. It's so cool to see how everyone started sort of similar and how they've progressed to so many different ways as well.
Yeah, it's crazy how much that just the whole like that early Skrillex era that impacted so many different like early producers and other music, because yeah, it was like all Skrillex for me, and then Virtual Riot, and then that's pretty much what opened the door to like everyone else.
Was it harder or sort of more difficult to learn how to produce music back then and sort of start to make it, or was it just you having fun and learning on the way?
Yeah, it was pretty much just like, I would say it was harder because there was less tutorials, there was less like in your face like this is the proper way to sound design as there is nowadays. Like there's so many different techniques and stuff. But back then, yeah, it was mostly just like fun messing around. I didn't even know what sidechain was for like a year. You know, I didn't know what the hell I was doing. But yeah, I just watched. I think I watched a few tutorials. Like, or I'm sure like I forget his name. Seamless. I'm sure I watched a few Seamless stuff, and then just other FL tutorials and stuff.
Do you have any of your old like project files or songs?
I do. I think the earliest project files I had, which I would have more, and I'm still super upset about myself, but like it's a whole story basically. But I lost like my 2013, early 2014 project files, but I have like my later 2014 project files and on, thankfully. But yeah, they still open, they still work, because I try and keep all the plugins I've had since I first started making music, so then I could just open up my old projects and it works. So still have them, and I'm hoping to preserve them.
I bet it's such a whiplash, like looking back and hearing how awful you were back then compared to sort of the stuff that you make now.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I like, oh my god, it is like, it's really crazy though, because I would say most of my garbage is from like 2014, 2015, but maybe it's just nostalgia for me. But anything from 2016 and onward, at least 2016 to 2018 and that range, like they may sound not as great still, but I don't know, some of the ideas I still really enjoy. Like there's still some potential with some of them, and I'm surprised at my like, I don't know, I think it was like 13 at the time.
Do you think you could hear any sort of influences in the style that you now make in some of your earlier stuff? Because it could be sort of interesting to see how your style has evolved and if there were any signs of that style being present even when you were first making music.
I'm trying to think if there's some stuff I still like doing. I did a lot of like, there was a lot of chord stacks that I did in 2016. I was just doing like, that's pretty much all I did, and like some like, I tried to do Complextro, but it didn't sound that great. But yeah, I mean, I'd say I still do that sort of stuff. I still try and do some, or we still try and do like some chord stacks and like some, you know, I still love doing Complextro. It's one of my favorite genres. There was a few like dubstep tracks that we did back in the day, or that I made at least back in the day in like 2016, that like I've just never been good at heavy music. Like I listen to it and it's like, it's not great. So I wish I could. That's one of the things I wish I could do is heavier music. But yeah, it's a lot of melodic stuff, and it's still very melodic.
All right, Izzy, I want to go over to you now because I'm sort of interested to see how similar is sort of your origin story of music producing to David's. How did you start off?
So I grew up in like a very musically inclined family. So my brother is a guitarist and a singer. So is my sister. And and pretty much my entire life I was fed the Beatles in like the back of my dad's car on road trips, and anything that was playing on the radio at the time. So that would be like all of like that like early 2010s pop music, late 2000s pop music as well, like Katy Perry and Owl City, that kind of stuff. And that's the stuff I really enjoyed. I like one of my favorite songs of all time is Fireflies by Owl City. Brilliant song. And I never really fully got into the whole musical side of things until maybe like 2016, 2017. I was really bored in my bedroom at my dad's, and my brother had left like a MIDI keyboard in my room, and I was just like, I wonder if I can get this to work, because I was bored, and I downloaded all the necessary software to run said MIDI keyboard. It's the you know, the Akai like MPK. It's like the MIDI keyboard that everyone gets. It's like red and it has a little joystick in the corner. I don't know if you're listening and you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about.
I think I have something similar to that. I randomly got gifted a MIDI keyboard, and I think I have one that's very similar to that.
Yeah, it's like red on the sides. It's like small. Anyway, I wanted to get it to work, so I downloaded. I actually just straight up downloaded FL Studio. That was the first thing I installed. Don't know what like drove me in that direction, but I think I had just heard of it before. So I downloaded FL Studio, and I remember I was using like Sakura, and I was like pressing on the keys and stuff, and then eventually it devolved into like maybe I could like make cool things, because at the time I was like heavy into like graphic design. Like I was doing a lot of Minecraft design and things like that. And I kind of had my first EDM exposure by this point with like, there was like this Minecon, like Minecraft server in like, I don't even know what year it was. It must have been like 2013, 2014, because the music that I listened to then was like Language by Porter Robinson, Skrillex, like Gary Monsters, Night Sprites era Skrillex, Bangarang, that kind of stuff. I don't want to say Energy Drink, but I want to say Energy Drink by Virtual Riot. But I know for a fact Deadmau5, like the what's it called? Is Professional Griefers the Deadmau5 one? I think it is. I'm confusing it with someone else. Knife Party is what I'm confusing it with. And then Internet Friends by Knife Party as well. Yeah, so like that kind of whole thing was like the gateway drug. And then I got into like Monster Cat. I was listening to Monster Cat every day at that point. Like all the compilation albums they would do, like from like up to 030. Yeah, all that stuff. Like I was heavy into that at that point. So I think that kind of like sparked an interest in me into like exploring that further. And I did. And I met David like a year later, or a year and a half later, which is a crazy turn of events. So if you think about it, my entire production journey has been with David since day one. Almost. So
sounds like you guys have had really like very similar introductions into EDM, like through the same sort of tunnels, like finding Skrillex and finding like really popular stuff, then going down Monster Cat, and then starting to produce music after liking the both of them.
Yeah,
they
are very similar.
Yeah. So how did you guys then meet and sort of see each other? Because you also said that is a very funny story that I should talk about. So like, how did you two first meet?
Literally like in Twitch, like on a Twitch chat. I sent this song I had made called Landscapes. Utter masterpiece of work, might I say. And I sent it. David was streaming at the time. I don't know how often it was. I don't remember. David, maybe you can clarify.
I used to. Well, I started streaming. It was really funny because that was like the peak of my streaming, because I didn't really stream that much, but I watched. I pretty much met everyone from the Sekai stream. He would stream a lot, and then that inspired me to also stream. So I started streaming, and then I think around like it was either May or June of 2018, when I had like a proper like stream schedule where I streamed like I think either 2 or 3 times a week. And I still remember the day because the VOD, it's not public, but I still have the VOD of that stream. And it's from June 1st, 2018. And that is when Izzy sent her song Landscapes because I used to do feedback streams. So she sent in her song, and apparently thought I was cool enough and then joined my Discord server.
Yeah.
I didn't think my feedback was that great at the time, but apparently I said something that helped. And then she joined my Discord, and then we used to do after stream calls, just like what Sekai would do back in the day. So then that's pretty much where we started talking, was from that.
So then, did you guys just go, "Oh, we should just make an alias together"?
Well, we made there was a friend of ours in the server, and they were trying to get like remixes made, and I don't remember like how it happened, but like I made like an idea and I just gave it to David, and then David finished it.
Yeah, it was. I really liked what Izzy was doing, and I was like, dude, I gotta get on that. And then so basically it was just like a collab, because Infowler's gone through like different stages of like from 2015 when it started to like early 2016 it was a duo with someone else, and then they left, so then it was just me till like mid 2018 or so, and then so at that time basically it was just we just did like a collab, so it was Infowler and then her old alias on this remix. And then I don't know, we both thought we worked. Well, I thought we worked really well. I thought like she came up with like fresh ideas because I was like really struggling at the time with coming up with like more unique stuff. And I was like, after we got to like collab on that and like talked for like it was probably only like a month that we talked. And I was like, do you want to join this alias with me? Because it used to be a duo back in the day, and I think it would be really cool. And then she said, yeah. And then from then on, basically, that's pretty much how we continued. Apparently, it was only like a month, I swear. I just thought we worked so well. It was only a month, and I was like, yep, join the alias, and that's all it took.
So
a nice, healthy, not risky move.
Yeah.
So Infowler was a thing then before you two even knew each other.
Yeah.
I thought it was something which you two created together, sort of the name of it and the start of it, but it was a thing, and then David had it, and then Izzy joined it later on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I started it with someone else. So it's always been sort of my baby in terms of like I've been there the whole time. I started it with someone else in 2015. Then they left to do their own thing because they wanted to do different music in like early 2016, and then 2018 is when Izzy joined. So it was like a thing for like 3 years already.
How did you come up with the name then? Because I thought it was going to be you two got together to come up with the name, but David, how did you come up with this name? Because you said you had a very funny story about it.
I did. It is really stupid. It is. I thought it'd be fun to talk about on the podcast, but basically, I notoriously terrible at names, and I'm sure I would have named it something goofy if I didn't do it this way. But I basically just went on, like, it was just like this random name generator website, and where it would just generate random words that like have no meaning. There's just no meaning. There's no, like, it was just little words that we can use everywhere, so then we could have the URLs and like have a unique name and stuff like that. And I think I was like 12, and I was like, I want a name that is cool sounding and looks cool, and I think I got it down to like 3 names. I have the other 2 names saved somewhere still. I don't remember what they are. I think one of them was like Pedalect or something stupid. but it was like that, and then something else, and then Infowler. And then the person who was in who wanted to start the alias at the time with me, Kai, his name. I basically told him, like, these are the names. Which ones do you think sound the best? And he was like, I think Infowler sounds the best. And then that's where it started. It was just literally has no meaning, which is not great. I mean, it's a funny story because it's just random, but it's also kind of not a great story because there's like no meaning behind. There's no cool like backstory to the name. It's just some random words.
Yeah, like
but I think
when
it sounds
I was 12, this word really spoke to me. No, it's random word generator.
Literally random words, but I liked the way it looked and it sounded cool, so I was like, yep, that's it. And it worked out because
it's also good you haven't picked something which you've grown to hate 2 years or like 10 years later, and it's something that has actually stuck around.
Yeah, and I'm very happy I was that smart at 12, because thankfully if you look that name up, it just comes up with us, which is great because it's just a nonsense word.
Yeah, so. I find a lot nowadays it's really hard to create a sort of name for yourself which is unique and that hasn't been taken before. So yeah, the random name generator has come in clutch for you then.
somehow it did.
So I'm looking here, and did you guys come together as a duo and then get on Exabolt? Because you have Altitude, which was a release October 2018. So you guys wouldn't have been around together for that long before making that song, right?
Yeah.
So, Altitude is like the second song we ever made together.
Yeah, that was like the second proper collab. If you don't count the remix,
so like if you want to talk about like the canon between me and David, Altitude is the first like Infowler song with me and David.
The first proper Infowler song, yeah.
I did not work on Spirit at all. Spirit was
my
David.
last solo song, pretty much.
Yeah.
And it was really weird because like I got on Exabolt because of I sent Spirit into a Sekai stream for feedback, and Alex Hyperbole EDM was there also, and they both were like, and I think Sekai at the time was ANR, so they were like, oh, this would be great on the next like Exabolt compilation, and I was like, dude, I'd love that, because I've never been on a proper label at that point. I mean, I was on like smaller labels back in the day, but I was like, oh man, Exabolt, that's like a, I really only heard of it from, I think there was like a Paper Sky song. It was either Flare or like Lightyear where I heard on Exabolt, and I was like, oh dude, I know Exabolt. And then yeah, they were like, oh, this would be great on the new compilation, and I was like, hell yeah, I'd love to have that song on there. So yeah, it's really weird. Like that happened in like late May, early June, and then I met Izzy, and then we became Infowler together, I want to say in like July properly, and then we made our first proper song that came out in Exabolt in August, or not August, October, when that came out in 2018. So yeah, it was just a wild 2018 felt like such a long year because I met so many new like producer friends, and I got on Exabolt, and that was like probably one of the greatest years I've had.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of different things happened in that sort of short space of time. You two met each other, come on the alias, got on Exabolt for the first time. A lot happened.
Yeah, it was genuinely a great year.
Izzy, how is it then like for you all of a sudden coming into this sort of new alias and then immediately getting onto Exabolt and starting to do stuff together? What was that like for you?
I don't think at the time it like weighed on me like the impact it would have on my life. I remember after Exabolt 5 came out, and I was a part of Infowler, I know Alex, Hyperbole EDM, they were looking for someone to do like their artwork for the Exabolt releases. At the time, Exabolt released bi-weekly, which is crazy to say today.
Crazy. I don't know how they did that.
But they were looking for someone to do like their artwork, and I just fell into Alex's lap. 15-year-old me, or however old I was, they got lucky. And I'm me being 50, I had like loads of free time. I was like, hell yeah, I'll do it because it just seemed fun. So I kind of, my experience with getting into Export was actually just working.
Yeah.
So I was
for free
making,
also. It was just
for
like
free. I did it completely for fun. Child labor. Jonathan
Yeah.
approved.
John,
We love
John
that.
approves child labor. I want it on a t-shirt.
Is that the next bit
but
of
anyway.
Exabot merch that's
Yeah.
gonna come out?
Yeah.
But pretty much
Oh, yeah.
all the artworks between Exabot 05 and 06, before Emmy got on, was me and Jono in a call, usually at like 11 p.m., like an hour before we needed it done. But like because of that experience and like because of us doing that together every week, like it was a constant thing I was doing. We became really close. So to me, Exable has always just been a thing. Like throughout my entire production life, it's always been an aspect of it, and because of that, it's always really important to me. So I don't work on it as much these days because I'm in school, but I oversee a lot of it, and it was very cool. I think it's very awesome. I'm very grateful that I was thrown into such a cool world very fast. Because I don't think I would change anything really.
David, were you just kind of brought along then as well, because you two were a duo, so why not have the other one on? Or what how did then you get into the Exabolt community?
Well, I know I just probably because when Izzy got close with Jono, I would probably like, I think I remember being annoying back in the day. We'd be like, I want to join. And so then I would also like join these calls, and then I also got really close with Jono. And then from there, yeah, I would just submit music to him. I think eventually, I want to say like, this is kind of skipping ahead, but like in 2020 or so, is when we became like proper like A&R. We would listen to songs, and because some of the older A&Rs were kind of like busy and they kind of like left and stuff. So then me, Izzy, and a bunch of others like joined as like A&R and like proper staff. I mean, Izzy was already doing artworks anyway, so she was pretty much staff. But that's when I like got introduced as at least as like an Exbolt staff member. But no, in like 2019 or so, I would just join their calls, just like chat, and just became closer friends. So that was awesome.
All right, I now want to talk about another funny song that you guys have put out, which I did say before. When I was going through your discography, I saw it randomly and I just wanted to listen to it. One Puss Groove, how did that happen? Because it is a collaboration between you two and also Skybreak, which I think would have been incredibly funny at the time. How did that idea come around in the first place?
I was me and at the time me and Jack Skybreak would talk all the time. And Discord announced like a competition kind of thing where you could make a piece of media and submit it, and they'll like there was prizes for the winner and all that kind of stuff. And we were like chronically online and bored. So I remember we were DMing and I was out in town at the time, and I think I said as a joke, like, we should make like the Wii Shop theme, but it's Discord. Which at the time that was like weird, but I think Discord now actually has a shop, which is funny. And
It's like perfect shop music.
Yeah, it's literally a shop, but like, yeah, so that was the basis of it. I said as a joke, like, Wii Shop but Discord. And then I got home and Jack had made like this crazy drum groove. Like, and it was like really Sonic. I think it's Sonic Mania is the game that it was like heavily referenced off of. And like we just finished it. We finished it like the same day. It took like a day to make. Maybe less. It might have taken hours. And
yeah, because there was a deadline, so it was just like quickly like put together and put out so then we could submit it.
Yeah, I remember like at the end I just like I threw in some like of the piano that's in the song, and then like some little Foley and like we called it. And it didn't win. We were disappointed that it didn't win, but like, you know, as you do when you're like a teenager.
It was still a fun song.
It was still a fun song. We put on the all account. Little fun little thing we did, whatever. Didn't think too much of it until one day like
Years
we were in
later.
literally like a year later. It was like out of the blue. We were in I was talking to Jono, and at this point I think the Exabolt server, the Discord server, had started. And for some reason, I don't know if it was the Exabolt Discord server. It might have been just the Infowler Discord server, but it was one or the other. And for some reason a Discord staff member had joined the server. Like everyone was like, "What?"
It was just like an actual.
We thought we
Discord
were in
staff
trouble.
member.
Like it was like completely random. He like had like the Discord staff like badge on his thing. Anyway, it turns out they were trying to find our email, because they had been listening to the song in the office at the time. Like their animators had been listening to it because they're all like nerd Sonic fans. Anyway. They listened to the song, and they were working on a project at the time, and they really wanted to use it, so they got in touch, and they ended up emailing us and asked for permission to use it in like a commercial kind of video that they have on their YouTube channel. It might still be up.
It's it's still up.
It's called I'll tell you now. Hold on, I'll quick Google search.
It's one of their like most
I'm
popular
Googling
as
it
well.
as
It's
well.
Your Place to Talk on the Discord
Your
YouTube
Place to
channel.
Talk.
That's
has
what
Wumpus
it's called.
Groove as the song.
One Fist Groove is the background, and they took that, they used it in the video, and as a thank you, they sent us like merch, care packages. I still have a bunch of it. Like
I my main jacket is still the Discord jacket they gave me back then, and it's still great. Still love it.
Yeah, like I have like the Discord partner pin somewhere on my shelf. And like
and we got like
they
a
wrote us
like
like notes and stuff.
Plush, and like there was so much stuff they sent us. They were actually like the nicest. It was
Yeah,
so
they were legends. I got a shout out to that team that was working on that video. I don't know if they're still working there or what, but they were very cool.
They were very cool, yeah.
17-year-old me living the dream. Like it was very cool. But yeah, that's pretty much like that's the whole story behind that song. It was just for fun, like quick, like oh, we're bored, and then we did it. The artwork, if you're wondering, the beautiful piece is made by Sharks. So you can enjoy that knowledge.
Didn't even know he did that sort of art stuff, and then he's just made that masterpiece.
Yeah,
He did,
like
he did.
you know, he's made music videos for like Disciple and that. Like, nah, I think the Wumpus Groove art, his
Well,
magnum
Wumpus Groove
opus.
art is where it's at.
That's his best one.
Did you guys then
Yeah.
release it just to have it as something where it's like, oh, we've now released it and it's on the Discord Place to Talk thing? It's like, oh,
Yeah,
think,
we were like,
on the...
Yeah, we thought why not, because like it's good. I think it's a good song, so we just put it out
it's a
to
good
put it
little-
out. Like there wasn't much thought behind it at the time. Like we just wanted to. And yeah, I don't regret it. I think to this day I still really enjoy listening to it. So, but like if you go to the upload on SoundCloud, it's on the alternative Infowler page. You can see like it says like Discord Hack Week on it and stuff. They never did
Yeah.
anything like that again. I don't think either.
Which
So
sucks because it was
very
actually
special.
really cool. It was a really cool
Yeah.
idea.
That's really funny then, because, you know, it's such a goofy song as well. So to have that backstory of like, oh, we just made it in a day and then it got on an official Discord at a commercial and you got sent a bunch of pins as well, especially for 17-year-old, probably chronically online, like Discord users. Absolutely.
Yeah, that
living
was
the
like
dream.
the voice messaging app I used every day. I still use every day to this day. There's not really an alternative. But like, you know, like they're the one. Like that's kind of cool. That's like if you got hit up by Skype in 2011. You know?
Yeah. I mean, that would have been just as cool.
Yeah.
And then the year afterwards, you guys got onto Rushdown.
Yeah.
What a segue that is.
We did.
How did that happen? Because that's also like a really cool thing to have happen. You also got on it 2 years later as well, which is quite funny. How did you guys then get onto Rushdown or get recognized by the group that run it?
So we made the Clockwork collab with Skybreak with like a similar scenario to the Wumpus Groove song. So pretty much like me and Sky had been making a bunch of collabs at this point, and naturally, I was also working on stuff with David. So combine the two worlds together, make something cool. And Clockwork came of that pretty quickly. I don't remember how long it took. It didn't take very long.
Yeah.
And it was very much like kind of like the boom of Rushdown, I would say. So like it was just starting, like color base was just starting to like skyrocket. So we sent it to Chime, and Chime was like, hell yeah. And then it got on Rushdown a couple months later. It might have been longer than that. I don't fully remember. And then post Clockwork would have been Skydreamer, and Skydreamer actually took about a year to come out. It was slated for Rushdown for a long time, and it was always a song that was made for Color Base 3. So we did Skydreamer kind of at a similar time to Clockwork, if I recall correctly.
I think it was like 2020 when we started Skydreamer, and then it came out in 2022.
Yeah.
So it took about like 2 years to come out. I think actually the lore of that was we were supposed to be on New Colors actually with Skydreamer. We were gonna be on New Colors, and then I think one of the staff of Rushdown at the time was like, nah, this has to go on Color Base Volume 3, and we're like, oh yeah, we'd love that. So we got pushed up to Color Base Volume 3, and I mean that was an amazing opportunity, because people still talk about Skydreamer to this day as like one of their favorites, which we still very appreciate, because that's just so awesome. But yeah, that was one of the biggest opportunities I'd say so far that I was really, really proud of.
And then you guys made a VIP as well.
We did.
Was that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always forget that song exists. We did that.
I mean, you started it actually.
I did start it. I heard about in the Rushdown chat they were talking about the 100th Rushdown. Was it the 100th Rushdown? It was Rushdown 100 or whatever.
Yeah.
And yeah. So and everyone was making VIPs, and it was pretty much in the chat. I was like, if you're making a VIP, let us know. And I wanted in, so I started a Skydreamer VIP. You know, if I had to go back and change things, the VIP, it's fine. I think the original is actually better. I really like the original. I think I have nostalgia for the original.
The original is great.
So,
there's some parts of the VIP that I appreciate that we were able to, because I'll be honest, we finished Skydreamer in like late 2020, like it was like we had the instrumental done like immediately, like it was quick. So that one was like already sounding a little old when we were like releasing it in like 2022. We were like, oh man, I wish, you know, we could like make it awesome and like showcase like our new stuff, and you know, so that's kind of why I wanted to make a VIP as well. I was like, oh yeah, I'd love to like showcase our new sounds and like see how much we've improved in over the last 2 years. So yeah, I mean, I still say, yeah, the original I think definitely does mean more. But yeah, the VIP, it's all right. It's good. It's a song. So
I wanted to ask you guys.
No hate if you enjoy the Skydreamer VIP. No hate if you enjoy it.
I wanted to ask you guys, what do you think is your favorite release so far that you have done? Because you guys have released a lot of songs, and you guys talking about how you really like Skydreamer. What is your favorite song that you've released as Infowler so far?
I think I have a tie on mine, so I'm gonna let David go first while I think about this.
Oh, dude, that's tough. Oh man, like, I really I also have
give
two
us a
favorites
couple.
that I'm thinking about.
Give us a couple. It's fine if you have two favorites. Just give.
Okay.
What are your favorite songs that you've released so far?
Personally, for me, I really love Spellbound. That's like one of my favorites. Like, I'm super happy with how that one came out. Like, love Spellbound. I love Particles. That was like, I still listen to Particles sometimes. Like, man, that's gonna be hard to top. Particles, Spellbound, and I would even say Stay Alive. That one came out really well. I'm really happy with that one. but of all at least I want to say Spellbound. That's gonna be my guess. That's gonna be my final, I think. But there's so many. There's a lot that I'm very happy with.
Izzy, what about you?
I think, yeah, if I had to pick like a definitive one, which I will, I think I would say Vagabond. Purely because like I met so many people making that song, and that song was like
That is also
it was
really
work
good.
to get that song done. It was a colossal effort.
That took almost 4 years. No,
It
like
took
maybe
years to make it.
2 or 3 years.
Like my old laptop, it would go to its knees opening the project file. But it was so fun. I met like so many people. I met all of the Project Mountain dudes that I've met the majority. I think I've met everyone that worked on Vagabond in real life now, which is crazy. Mizu as well.
Mizu,
like,
of course. He's
Mizu.
a
I like love Mizu. He's an absolute legend. I do a lot of stuff with
That's
him.
also a good pick. I would also say Vagabond,
I love
but,
Vagabond. I think the writing is also really nice, and I'm really proud of the production to this day. Like if I'm playing another live show like we did in London this past summer, I would always want to put Vagabond in just because it's special, and I'm very proud of that song.
Shout out London. I also watched that video of you guys traveling to London, the Exobot one you just randomly put out, and it was very funny. That was a very enjoyable watch.
Yeah, thank you.
I wanted to then talk about your latest song, Passenger, because while I was looking to researching this video, obviously it's your latest song, so we're going to talk about it, but it's also been sort of doing very, very well for you guys as well. So I wanted to sort of ask, you know, what do you think is it about the latest song? What are your opinions of it, and how did it sort of come to be?
It is, man. It is old. It was started in 2021, and I believe it was supposed to be a song for one of our. I want to say, it wasn't Ocean. It was like there was an EP we wanted to do, and that was one of the songs I wanted to do for it because I really liked the ARP in the intro. So I started it in like 2021, and then. It went through a lot of different versions and different, like, there's just so many years and years of, like, I reworked it at one point. I added a bunch of stuff because it was sounding dated and stuff like that. I remember like the first drop idea I put in there was like garbage, and then like Izzy added like a cool little like bass and made the drops actually like cool and stuff. And then yeah, so that's basically how the song. It was just many years of reworking, and then we found I believe it's pronounced Harith Inc. We met this person, Harith Inc. because we knew of them because they remixed one of our songs back in the day, and I think we just like heard their vocals. His girlfriend that's on there. Because they're like a duo. I think it's him and his girlfriend. And his girlfriend, we really like the voice of. So we hit her up for vocals on that. And that was... And she killed it. That's all I gotta say. She killed it. It sounds amazing. We just kind of let her do her thing. We didn't give her any like vocal melody or any lyrics. She just killed it. I believe we had the title Passenger already. So she kind of like had like a basis of the lyrics and stuff. But yeah, no, she killed it. Really, really love like her vocals and stuff. And then we've been teasing it in a lot of we've had this as like a closer song in a lot of our sets. And people have been like requesting it over the last few years, and we've just never had like the proper time and like we really want to, you know, an open spot for this to come out finally. And we finally did. We finally had a spot open. And surprisingly, it did really well on Spotify. It's doing really well elsewhere as well. So very, very happy with how it came out.
So it is a very good song as well. I did listen to it. You said something there about how you named it before the vocals came around. Now, combine this with the fact that you say that you are horrible at naming things, and I have to ask, how do you guys name your songs? Because this is just a very interesting thing that I would want to hear the answer to.
It very much depends. Like, like it's yeah. I'm trying to think of a good answer here. Well, passenger, I know. Like, we tend to like name IDs just so that we can refer to them easier. Like, it's easier to say passenger instead of saying that one ID with the drums.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Melodic
Yeah, the melodic
dubstep
dubstep ID. Because we have so many. I think in the Dropbox there's like thousands of project files. So like if you had been calling everything like that, it would actually you get nothing done. So
we just
did
pick names we like, right?
So
That's
we just
pretty
pick
much
names we like. I think genuinely it's just a word that stood out. And I just sent it to David. I was like, I'm calling it this now, and then it just stayed. Sometimes
like, yep.
they don't stay.
I think you also came up with "Stay Alive." Also, did you?
I did come up with "Stay Alive."
It was like a virtual riot type title.
Like I wanted like a name that was like had that virtual riot energy drink, sugar rush energy. When we were naming that song, so I also came up with that. And then a lot of the times we have vocals on songs, so that makes it easier. Like "Play Pretend," the song.
Yeah, that one was not named before. That one was one of the rare cases where he said "Play Pretend." We were like, "Yep, that's it."
Yeah, and then "Vagabond" we named really early also.
That was very early. We just had that name in for some reason.
And then I don't remember. Yeah, it's pretty much it's either the lyrics will name it, or I will, or David will have found a word that we enjoy or a phrase that we enjoy, and we keep it because we're so attached to it. You know.
Yeah,
I think that's the best way of.
We have like a little private server for like full of like goals and like lyric ideas and contacts and stuff like that, and we have like a track name idea channel where we just kind of like put a bunch of cool names that we like in there, and then after a while we'll like go in there and be like, you know what, I like this one, let's name it this. That one fits. It's just stuff like that basically.
All right, I think it's now time. It is nearly the end of the episode. The hour has gone by incredibly quickly. We have talked about the past a lot, and the past with Infowler. Let's talk about the future. What have you guys got in store for myself and for the people listening for the next year or so? What things can we expect from Infowler?
What am I allowed to tell you?
Yeah, let's see. Let's just say
what won't get you done by an NDA.
Childhood me is very happy right now. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, let's just say there's a lot of new. I guess I could say labels. There's a lot of new labels that we're going to be.
There's some cool collabs. There's a cool remix. There's a really cool remix with a really good friend of ours. I think what else? Let me look at the thing.
I'll say it because because people will know Disdain. But we have a collab with a remix collab with Disdain that will hopefully be coming out soon. And then
we have I also have a collab with we've played this at Formfest, but there's a collab between us and Eccentric and Mizu that is also hopefully coming out this year. And it's really good.
Yes.
I'm really excited about it.
So a lot to be explored in this next year, hopefully for Infowler fans.
Are there any styles which you guys would like to make for Infowler that you haven't yet done?
Yes.
You know, I went a little out there with that Eccentric collab, so I feel when you hear it you'll understand.
Basically, I wanna be able to do like heavy music. That's like one of the things I like. I hear like Marsix heavy music and stuff like that. I'm like, man, I wish I could do something like that. That's definitely something I want to do, like a proper, just out of the blue, like what the hell, this is Infowler. It's just like some heavy song. That's what I'd like to do one day.
Is there any other styles? Do you sort of want to continue to stick around, 140, 150 beats per minute, or would you see yourself going? going into, you guys do mid-tempo as well with Reminisce. I think that was a sort of housey mid-tempo song. Do you guys see yourself going into any other genres, like going into a drum and bass song or going into a trance song?
Oh, yeah.
Or something like that?
Yeah.
I mean, absolutely. We have like D&B whips and trance, like complexure weird IDs and stuff like that, and like we're basically like open books when it comes to genres. We'll do complexure, glitch hop, melodic dubstep, hopefully a heavy song, mid tempo, garage. Like we'll do like, we're open to anything really. So I'm hoping to release more.
We're eating
more
good.
variety.
We're eating good.
Yeah. We're having
Yes.
fun, and if we're having fun, that means we're making stuff that's interesting, and we're not keeping to the same stuff all the time.
Yeah.
Okay, so it
open
has
books.
gotten to the end of the episode, but usually at the end of the episode, Oswald, the co-host, asks a question, but since he's not here, I'm going to ask it. Just in terms of general EDM, what sort of music have you been really liking so far? What stuff are you digging right now?
I've been bumping the Nina Geraci album on my commute to college. I love that album. I Love My Computer, and that's good. I'm a big fan.
Dude, that's tough for me. I did actually watch the other podcasts, and they were like, "Oh, I don't really listen to much EDM," and it's half true. I do the new AU5 stuff. I've been really liking. Been really digging the song "Stone Cold Summer" by South Arcade. Generally, fantastic song. That's not really EDM though. It's like some rock, punk type stuff. So. Yeah, I'm an open book when it comes. I've been really liking a lot of like weird EDM rock merge stuff. But
Shout out Fox
No, yeah.
Stevenson, my number one.
and Fox Stevenson, yes.
Fox, I love
and
his
Complextro.
stuff.
A lot of
Complextro as well is a very, very good genre. We've seen it return as well, I think, recently. Like, sort of people are making it more and more now.
Yeah,
I
there's
think.
so many people making it now.
Yeah, it's really cool to see. So that has done it for the episode. But before we go, I wanted to give you guys time at the end as a space for you to do whatever you want. If you want to shout out any projects, any people, now's your time to do so.
Listen to Exovolt 12.
Yeah,
Jonathan High
12.
did not pay me to say
Yeah.
this. No, I'm kidding.
we worked really hard on that compilation.
I worked so hard on Exovolt 12.
Uh,
Shout out to all the people that worked on Exovolt 12. I feel like I have to shout out Exovolt 12 at any opportunity because we all worked really hard on it.
Just
so, you know.
shout out Exable in general. Like,
Yeah, shout out all those dudes.
I agree with this.
Go listen to Sample Bandit. Go listen to Eccentric, Marsix, Canvas, Dolores. Go listen to everyone. If you
Everyone.
know.
Just
I was also not paid by Jono High. Shout out Exobot.
Yeah, Exovolt
Yeah.
12.
Shout out-
It's out now.
shout out Miss Lita as well.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
Miss Lena also. Yeah. Miss Lena,
Yeah. Go watch that episode, guys. Go watch.
Go
it.
watch it right now.
What was the name of the dude that's not here again?
Oswald.
Screw him.
Shout out
He did
him.
not show up.
Screw him.
I said shout out to him, but I guess
Oh,
well, I'm a
two
hater. I'm a
completely different
hater.
sides of the coin right here.
Yeah. Shout out Maya. No one knows who Maya is.
yeah. Shout out Maya. I love Maya. You'll have no idea who Maya is, but shout out her.
The Exovolt
Guys.
team.
Yeah,
I have nothing else for you.
Shout out everyone and then just screw Oswald right at the end. Just
Yeah,
complete
Oswald.
hatred.
Where are you, man? What are you doing? Come on.
Yeah, busy weekend. You can join.
It's a Sunday. Come on.
Yeah.
Anyway, apart from that, interesting shout out at the end of the episode. That does it for the episode. Thank you guys so much for joining. It has been an absolute blast sitting here and chatting to you guys for the past hour.
Yeah, it's been
thank
lovely.
you.
Once again, my name is Henry, also known as Hank Ray. Oswald still isn't here. We have made our opinions very clear about that.
Do better next time, bro.
Thank you to you two for joining us for this episode, and we'll see you on the next one.